Hello friends, I am Dr. Ankur. Today I will be discussing about neonatal adaptation syndrome, which is also known as neonatal abstinence syndrome or drug withdrawal syndrome. We all know that depression is not uncommon during pregnancy. So during entire period of pregnancy, 10 to 20% of pregnancy can develop depression and might require these common SSRIs. They are generally fluoxetine, paroxetine, sertraline, and escitalopram, which was recently approved by the FDA. If you look at the neonatal morbidities, those mothers who are on antidepressant, specifically SSRIs, there is a 1.5 to 1.6 times higher risk of developing either CNS, respiratory, GI, or sometimes metabolic morbidities. And the most common pathophysiology behind these neonatal morbidities was defined either because of drug withdrawal syndrome, overstimulation due to drug toxicity. The best part is that most of the time the neonatal morbidities are generally mild and transient, and they generally resolve within 2 to 6 days. If you look at the symptoms, if we look at the CNS symptoms, they are generally tone abnormality, tremor, jitteriness, sleeping abnormalities, feeding abnormalities like poor feeding, and rarely they can develop seizures during the first 14 days of life. And sometimes they can also develop abnormal high-pitched cry, sneezing, and abnormal yawn. If you look at the respiratory symptoms, they can develop respiratory distress. In GI symptoms, diarrhea and vomiting are not very common, and in metabolic abnormality, hypoglycemia can be one of the symptoms. Look at this case. This was a full-term normal vaginal delivered 2.6 kg baby, cried immediately after birth, and delayed cord clamping routine care was offered. This baby developed symptoms at 10 minutes of the life. Look at the jitteriness, excessive jitteriness, hypertonia, hyperreflexia, exaggerated motor reflex, sometimes yawning, and sometimes subtle movements and startle-like reflexes. We all know that in 30% of the cases, they can develop neonatal adaptation syndromes. However, the hemodynamically baby was stable and there was no autonomic variations. To define whether it's a mild or severe, we generally follow modified Finnegan score tool, and they generally include ESC scale. E means eating or feeding, S means sleeping, and C means consolability. If the baby is feeding well, around 1 ounce of milk, and consolable for 10 minutes, and after feeding, if the baby can sleep over 1 hour, we can consider it is a minor symptoms, and these baby can be offered non-pharmacological therapy like swaddling, holding the baby, feeding on demand, low stimulus like we should not use excessive light and excessive sounds. They generally respond very well and generally don't require NICU admissions. According to severity, if the score is more than 4, we call it as a mild symptoms, and if the score is more than or equal to 8, we call it as a severe neonatal behavioral syndrome or neonatal adaptation syndrome. If the answer is no, I mean if the baby is not feeding well, not sleeping well, and unconsolable, in that case generally score would be either 8 or more than 8. Apart from non-pharmacological measures, we can offer them a pharmacological measures like phenobarbital, benzodiazepine. Recently, some of the studies have also found that if you give ondansetron just before cord clamping to the mother, they can abort many of these symptoms. And sometimes we can offer ondansetron to the newborn baby. However, it is not the standard of care. Thank you.